Alright, welcome back to B Smokehouse. Today we're going to do chicken teriyaki. A little bit untraditional, and I do mean that in the most used sense of the word. What do I mean by that? Usually you don't see whole chickens or half chickens used for chicken teriyaki. That's one. Two, when I film how I'm going to make my teriyaki marinade and sauce, that's a totally different thing. I'm going to use a bit of Sprite and pineapple juice in my teriyaki sauce. So some might call it Hawaiian style, if you will. Now, they're already separated. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do nothing too much more different than I have done before with chickens on this channel. I like the overnight brine, the overnight dry brine. So I've got Morton's Kosher salt. We're gonna go on with a nice coat, not too heavy, but I do want this chicken to be seasoned down to the bone. That's why we do this. That tenderloin in there, one of my favorite pieces of the chicken. Alright, so now we're going to get it flipped over. Then we're going to hit the skin side. Now, for this particular chicken, I'm not really worried about crispy skin because I'll be using the glaze, the teriyaki sauce. But this will also help draw some moisture out of the skin. Kind of essential. The overnight brine, the overnight rest inside of the refrigerator is going to help to do the same. Alright, so that's that. Enough for the salt. Now, of course, we're going with the black pepper. Actually, we're going to start. Let's start on the bottom side. Again, this is the non-presentation side. That's the side we're going to start on first. You see a theme. Not too heavy with the pepper. Really, most of all, I want to be able to taste the chicken, right? And that wonderful glaze we're going to make. Alright, now we're going to get it flipped over again. And a nice even coating. Now, I'm probably only going to glaze one of these. The other will be for my family. Can't deal with the sugar that I'm going to put in my teriyaki glaze. You don't see me rubbing, you will see me patting. Okay. Alright, now, there's a method to the madness. The reason I do the salt first, so the salt is going ahead and start to pull moisture out of the chicken. And then I back it up with the 16 mesh black pepper. With that skin being tacky, or the chicken being tacky and moist, it's going to allow that black pepper to hold on to it. Now, I'll be back with you guys. The next time you're going to see me is when I'm making that teriyaki glaze. This is the night before. We're going to let these cool, chill out in some cooler temperatures in the fridge on my cooling rack. And then I will see you guys later. Stay tuned. Alright, let's start on this teriyaki glaze. I'm going in with about a teaspoon of sesame oil. And to that, I've got my fire on about a medium, in between medium and high. I'm going to go in with my ginger. That's about 2 tablespoons of ginger. And I'm also going to go in with my garlic. You guys notice a theme. Whenever I use garlic, we're going to use a whole bunch of garlic. Especially it's Asian cooking, right? Alright. We're going to give this time to heat. I can already smell that sesame oil warming up. The difference in between how I make my teriyaki sauce, I do use Sprite. I also use pineapple. I had somebody mention to me, there's like, yeah, that's more Hawaiian style. So that's what we're going to go with. I like the acidity, I like the sweetness, I like the saltiness of this. And this is going to pair perfectly with my my chicken. Let that come to heat. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients. We'll be using a wooden spoon in this pan. So I can smell it's heating through. However, I might let it go a little bit longer. Give this a good mix. It already smells pretty good. Alright. I'm going to go in with my soy sauce. Going to go in with my brown sugar. This sauce for me will be a reduction. As you can see, there's not much moisture in there right now. But give me a little bit. We're going to go in with pineapple juice. That's going to add a bit of sweetness and acidity. And then we're going to go in with about a half cup to a cup of Sprite. We're going to let this combine. I'm going to, off camera, add a little bit of honey to this. And then I'm going to let this come to a boil. And then we're going to let this reduce. And we're going to call it quits on this sauce. Give me a little bit. I'll be back with you guys when this has reduced. Alright, teriyaki glaze has come up to a boil. Now we're going to add in our cornstarch slurry. That's going to help to thicken. Give it a good mix. You can see it's already thickening. And I'm going to get this off of the fire. Let it cool. The more it cools, the more it's going to thicken, right? So again, I am using this to coat my chicken half. Alright, so we're going with a teriyaki glazed chicken half today. A little bit different. Usually the chicken that we use with teriyaki is cut into pieces, whether it's thighs, breast, or strips, right? Parted out from the chicken carcass. But we're going to do a little bit different. I'm going to be glazing a chicken half with this. So it's already thickened up. Again, as it cools, it's going to thicken. I'm going to get this into a quart jar. Let it set out until it cools. Put it in the fridge. And then I'll start on my chicken here shortly. Stay tuned. Teriyaki sauce. Tastes delicious. Alright guys, let me show you where we're at. We got our 2 chicken halves. Again, the only thing that's been put on them overnight is salt and pepper. And then I just hit them with garlic powder. That's both. Smelling pretty good already. I've got Warrior Hickory lump and Kingsford blue bag. And one single piece of Applewood. That's how we're rolling today. I'll be back out here to check in the next 30 to 45 minutes, guys. Stay tuned. Let's see where we at, guys. Top off. Like the color that we're getting. I need to get a little bit more darker. I like that. Here shortly, I'm gonna start glazing. I know we're around 120, 125. I'm looking for 175, 175, and 165, respectively. Let's see how our fire doing. Again, we ain't doing too much. We've got, again, a combination of charcoal and lump charcoal. Looking good. I like that color. Stay tuned. Alright guys, here. I've got my teriyaki glaze. Now while you guys, so I'm going to glaze this right one. This is going to be mine, and then my my family, they're going to want this one, but I'm going to glaze it with something else. So while the camera was off, I was taking these chicken halves and I was placing them directly over the fire. So I'm going to let them stay like this a bit, put them back over the fire to get that char, because that's really what teriyaki is about. But I'm going to build some layers of flavor on here. Nothing too hard. Again, anything I do here, you can do it in your backyard. In my backyard, you can do the same. What I like about this teriyaki glaze is that it still has whole chunks of garlic, and you can see it. I've already got some char on that skin, but we're going to get a little bit more. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to get the top back on. We're going to let it go. It is going to get a bit darker. There is sugar in there. I'll be back. Let's see what we're looking like. Looking good. That glaze is tacking up. We're gonna get some more up on there. Here shortly, when I feel like I've built enough flavors on this, or layers, I'm gonna start taking it and putting it right over the fire. Again, that is that teriyaki, that char. It's not just the sauce. You want that char on it. And this one, I've been putting some sugar-free sauce. Not a fan. I've tasted it. Not for me. I'll be back. Now I'm taking the side of the chicken I've charred with that teriyaki sauce, going straight over the flame. I don't want to burn it. There is sugar in there. We're going to get some good char mark. Smells awesome. It's really bringing out that flavor of that teriyaki sauce. While it's on here, we are going to get some more on the back. I'm going to hold it up, make sure. Yes, sir. It's looking pretty good. The char is coming on. I've got glove liners under my gloves, guys. Don't want it to burn. I don't necessarily want crunchy skin. I do want bite through skin, though. Smells awesome. Skin busted, but that's okay. I'm gonna put this back over to this side, and I'm gonna glaze it again. Because again, I've got a lot of glaze, and we're gonna go in there with my hands. I'm gonna get it on that chicken. I know this chicken's not done yet. It's not too much more longer. But I just want to make sure it's infused with that teriyaki flavor. We're gonna let it rock. I'm going back on with the top. Be back. Chicken teriyaki is finally finished. It's looking pretty good. Look at the color on that thing. Looking real good. That's the other chicken half that's going to my family. This is what we get ready to munch on. I'm going to pretty it up, get it on the plate, and we're going to be good to go. Stay tuned. YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you with the finished product. We've got teriyaki glazed chicken half. We've got some double fried rice that I've done. I've prettied it up. I've got the remainder of my teriyaki sauce. Let's go ahead and give this a try so I can go ahead and sit down and enjoy my meal tonight and get ready for work. Got a knife. Nothing too pretty. Alright. I'm going to give me a piece of this. This chicken is pretty good. That's delicious. Skin's pretty good. Let's see if I can get this. See that? Skin is bite through. The sauce is pretty good. Let's talk about what we've done as I sit here and pick a little bit of this apart. So I took a whole chicken. I believe this chicken was about 5 pounds. I split it in half. I then made my, I salted it down, got it into the refrigerator for overnight dry brine. I then made my teriyaki sauce. It's got garlic, ginger, Sprite, pineapple juice, soy sauce, brown sugar, salt and pepper in it. I made that, let it cool off into the in the fridge, and then the next day I got up, I put this chicken on my Weber Kettle 22-inch. Haven't done anything else to it. You see the juices out here on the board. It's a juicy chicken. I prefer cooking half chickens or whole chickens because it tends to stay juicy that way. So I've temped this chicken. This chicken temped out at 180 on the high end, right? I'm okay with my chicken being 180. All right, so now we finish this off. This is, again, teriyaki glazed chicken with a double fried rice. If you haven't done so, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to B Smokehouse. Thank you, and I love all the support you guys have been giving me. Thank you, and until the next video.